So previously, in order to find a book on World War II, you would need to either know what the Dewey number was for World War II, or you would go to our library catalog and look up and you would find 940.54, depending on what you wanted to know about World War II. So then you'd have to write that number down or remember it and then come into the stacks to figure out where you needed to go within these number ranges. So instead, now you can still look up World War II. You're welcome to use our library catalog. We encourage that. But instead of just this ambiguous number that can be ambiguous to some people, I don't want to offend my library lovers, we now have our World War II books in our history collection. So instead, you would just need to go to the shelf where it says history and then war and World War II. So right above it is History, War, World War I, and before that's Vietnam. So it's still, you know, every book still has a place on the shelf, an address as I like to call it. So we can still find things. It's still very easy for the public to use, easier for the public to use. We didn't want, you know, people were really scared when we would say bookstore model because they, you know, have a hard time sometimes finding things in bookstores. So we tried really hard to make sure everything's still alphabetical. Our categories are still alphabetized: animals, business, cooking, and then we alphabetize within that as well.
We decided to do a little bit different shelving style, and we're grouping things by categories in the adult nonfiction section only, just to try it. So instead of doing straight Dewey Decimal, which is the numbering system to locate books, we're actually dividing things up by categories. Yeah.
So for example, talk a little bit, you know, we're right here by beauty and style,
Sure.
you know, what it would have been like, you know, before
this
to, yeah, categorize more.
Sure. So we have in our personal growth section, because I wasn't sure where else to put beauty and style, but we have hair books, nail books, makeup books, and then we also have fashion, because that's part of beauty and style. Previously, the Dewey numbers for those things are 646 in the 646 and in 746, and so those before the shelving system were actually several shelves apart. And so if somebody was looking for books on beauty and style, they would have to go to at least 2 different places to find those things. Now they're here together.